They bear witness the suffering of civilians in the Gaza Strip, and they too suffer the pain of war and displacement. In Gaza, journalists sleep on thin mattresses in stifling heat. They work out of vans or makeshift tents converted into newsrooms. And their days are punctuated by filming ambulances, bringing in casualties of war for triage. Israel's offensive in Gaza, now in its 22nd month, has left much of the territory in ruins. International journalists have been barred from entering Gaza since 2023, so the task of informing the world has fallen to people like Ezzaldin Al-Mazri, a freelance journalist and documentary filmmaker.
A journalist suffers from two missions during displacement. The first mission is that he, as a journalist, is being displaced from one place to another, where some of the logistics for journalistic work are available to him, such as electricity and the internet. However, he also needs to provide for his family, who are also destined for displacement, like the rest of the Palestinian people.
Israel's recent targeted killing of some journalists has also sent a chilling message. On Sunday, an Israeli airstrike killed 6 journalists, including prominent Al Jazeera correspondent Anas al-Sharif, in a tent at Gaza City. The attack was condemned by journalists and rights groups. Israel's military said it targeted and killed al-Sharif, alleging he had headed a Hamas militant cell and was involved in rocket attacks on Israel. Al Jazeera and al-Sharif himself, before his death, denied such claims. The Committee to Protect Journalists says at least 186 journalists have been killed in the Gaza conflict. Under a strict Israeli blockade, hunger and starvation also pose a challenge. French news agency Agence France-Presse in late July called on the immediate evacuation of its freelancers and their families. This came after the AFP Journalists Association issued its own statement, saying colleagues in Gaza risked dying of hunger. Al Jazeera correspondent Momen al-Sharafi hopes more can be done for the plight of journalists there.
Our message to the world and the international community is that it is important to put pressure on the Israeli occupation authorities to provide protection for Palestinian journalists.
Israel denies deliberately targeting journalists. Instead, it says many of those killed in Israeli airstrikes were members of Islamist militant groups, working under the guise of the press. Israel's offensive in Gaza has killed more than 61,000 Palestinians, according to health officials. The war began when Hamas-led militants stormed over the border into southern Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages.